chemical shift. Chemical shift values delta. Okay. So why we are getting chemical shift? Okay, because the different protons they are having different chemical and electronic environment. Okay. So depending upon their chemical and electronic environments, so the net field experienced by the nucleus. Okay, so that always varies. Okay, and this field, as we know from this relation, so we is the external magnetic field is directly proportional to the precessional frequency of the proton. Okay, so because precessional frequency depends upon the external magnetic field, and external magnetic field, so that will be influenced by the chemical and electronic environment of the nucleons. Okay, so the nucleons or nuclei which are surrounded by large number of electron. Okay. So the electronic field is behaving as a diamagnetic. So it always opposes the applied magnetic field. So that's why the protons they're not able to experience exactly the same magnetic field as it was applied. Okay, so the net magnetic field experienced, okay, by the proton due to the shielding effect is always less. Okay, so the protons they're having less precessional frequency, and that's why accordingly, so their chemical shift value. Okay, so that will change. Okay, and we always define it with respect to a standard as we discussed. So we take this tetramethylsilane. So tetramethylsilane as an internal standard. Okay, and this is assigned as a zero delta value. Okay, so delta value 0, and because these nuclei, okay, so they are highly shielded in silicon, because silicon itself is a electropositive element. Excuse me. Okay, so this is electropositive element. So all these protons they are highly shielded. So highly shielded means they are having less magnetic field. Okay, so they are coming into resonance at low frequency values. Okay, so at the low frequency values, it's coming into resonance. Okay, and the nuclei, okay, which are deshielded. So the deshielded nuclei, they will come into resonance at larger delta values. Okay, so because their precessional frequency is more. Okay, and in terms of field strength, okay, if we are doing in the field sweep, okay, with the increasing magnetic field. So what happens? So generally, we called it this region as upfield region, upfield, and this region as downfield region. Downfield region, because these protons, so they are the shielded, or we can call it shielded region. So this is shielded region, and this region is de-shielded region. So I don't know how many of you have seen the proton NMR. जो भी आपका proton NMR आएगा या delta values रहेंगी, ठीक है. So in this case, so these values starting from the delta is equal to 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So in this regions, so this region is if the protons, if they are de-shielded, so they comes with the higher delta values. Okay, so de-shielded protons, this you have to remember. So de-shielded protons, they are having higher delta values. So higher delta values, and shielded protons, they are having lower delta values. Okay, so lower delta values, and this one is higher delta values. Okay, so depending upon, so we discussed it, what happens due to the electronegativity. So the electronegativity, if the proton are close to the electronegative atoms. Okay, so for example, these methyl groups, so it comes between 0 to 0.5 delta values. So usually this is the range for these methyl groups. Okay, for the alkyl chains, it comes between 0 to 0.5. Okay, but when you attach a oxygen atom here, so electronegative atom is attached here at this position. Okay, so in this case, now it will come into resonance at 3.2 to 3.5. So the delta value will be around 3.2 to 3.5. So these are the delta values given. So similarly, if you attach n group here, n. Okay. So in that case, the delta value it is between 2 to 2.2. Okay. So this is the delta value for the methyl group. Okay. Similarly, for fluorine. Okay. So if you attach a fluorine here, okay, CH3R. Okay. So in this case, again, the delta value is around 4. Together, 5 methyl group I told you it is between 0 to 0.5. Okay. Then, so this is the electronegative effect. So what basically electronegative atom is doing? So this electronegative atom, it is withdrawing the electrons, okay, around the protons. If protons they are being withdrawn, okay, around the nuclei, the electrons, because electronegative atoms they withdraw, they're withdrawing the electronic charge. Okay, and if the charge around, okay, so for example, this is the inductive effect. So if the charge around or electronic charge around proton is withdrawn, it means then these are the d-shielded protons, because all the electronic charge is being withdrawn from here. So d-shielded protons means they will show a peak at higher delta values. So the proton will be at the higher delta values. Okay. So more the electronegativity, more the number of electronegativity atom attached, okay, higher will be the delta value. For example, we have done it for CH3Cl. Okay, so for CH3Cl, okay, so the delta value was approximately around 3 delta value. Okay, then for CH2Cl2, so it is around 5.29. Okay, for dichloromethane, and for CHCl3, so here we are having 3 electronegative atom attached to this carbon. So again, there will be more de-shielding. So in this case, the delta value will be around 7.26. Okay. So this is, so as the number of electronegative atom attached. So more the electronegative atom attached, more will be de-shielding. आपका electronic plot उतना दूर जाएगा. Okay. And in a way, so you are having maximum de-shielding, where maximum number of these atoms, these electronegative atoms are attached. So in this case, then this delta value is there varies. I've given you assignments. I don't know how many of you have attempted it. So how many of you have done it? So this is very important. Because that will give. I think I told you that one for proton. Okay. So you need to find the. So there was a table, and you need to learn the approximate delta values for different kind of protons. Okay. So for example, if you are having alkyl chain, in case of alkyl chain, where you will be expecting. Okay. So all the alkyl chains we discussed the other day. So if simple alkyl chains are there, for example, Yeah, it may be CH2, CH3. It may be CH3. It may be CH2, CH2, CH3. So all kind of these chains. Okay. So the delta value is, it varies from 0 to 0.5. Okay, for all the delta values. Okay. Similarly, if electronegative atoms are attached to this, so for example, if nitrogen is attached to NCH3 or NCH2, CH3, so in this case, so this CH2, this CH2, the delta value will be around 2. Okay, but CH3 otherwise it comes between 0 to 0.5. Okay. This CH3 now it is not directly attached to the nitrogen. If it is directly attached to the nitrogen and CH3, then it will come at around 2.1 or 2.2. Okay. Similarly, this CH2, it is directly attached to the nitrogen, so its value is again around 2.3, 2.4. Okay, this value, maybe approximately 2.4. Okay. So, okay, so this inductive effect, okay, it decreases. Okay, so this CH3 is not directly attached to the nitrogen, so it is one bond away to the nitrogen. Okay, so CH3 otherwise in normal cases its value is around 0. Maybe 0.1, 0.2. Okay, because now this is in the vicinity of nitrogen, so this value it will again change. So the value comes in between maybe 0.8 to 1.2. So in this range. Okay, so this value it will also change due to the proximity of because this nitrogen is having a inductive effect, minus inductive effect here. Okay, so it will do little bit deshielding at this CH3. Similarly, if you are having even longer chains, okay, so this will be affected, but not that much. Okay, so generally this Mani-Sai effect it vanishes after 3 or 4 bond away. So for example, this is 1 bond away, this is 2 bond away, this is 3 bond away. So after 3 bond away, there is no this kind of deshielding effects. Okay, so these values proportionality varies. Okay, and if the more electronegative atoms like O, CH3, O, CH2, CH3. So if a more electronegative atom is attached, so in this case this OCH3, methoxy group. So for this, the delta values it comes out to be around 3.4, 3.5. Okay, so we can say 3.2 to 3.5. So this is the range for this OCH3. Okay. In this case, now this CH2 is directly attached to this oxygen. Okay. So in this case, the delta value is it is around again so 3.6 to 4, depending upon other substrates. 3.6 to 4, and this CH3. So in this case, so this CH3. Otherwise, it comes between 0.0 to 0.5, but in this case, because the oxygen is 1 bond away, 2 bond away, 1 and 2 bond away. So in this case, its value will be around at 1.3 to 1.5, the delta values. Okay. So similarly, in case of ethers, so these are the simple ethers. Okay. Then if the methoxy group is attached to the aromatic ring. Okay, similarly, if the alkyl group is attached to the nitrogen here, okay, so these are the aromatic. Okay, so in this case again, we are having electron density. Okay, so generally the aromatic rings, okay, so they also exert Mani-Sai effect. Okay, so in this case, this value again, so this will be more deshielded. The CH3 will be more deshielded. So in this case, like it will be at 2.1 or 2.2, so it may be between 2.5 to 2.8 values. Okay, and if you are having CH3, So OCH3, it was in the range of 3.2 to 3.5. So this was the range, and for aromatic methoxy group, so this range is between 3.8 to 4. Okay. So this is the range between 3.8 to 4. Okay. So again, because this aromatic ring is again contributing to the deshielding. Okay. So these values, approximately these values varies. Okay. So if you have this kind of idea, then comes to the aromatic protons. So aromatic protons, again, due to the anisotropic effect, we did that in detail. So anisotropic effect, we are having anisotropic effect are sp2 hybridized carbons. Okay, wherein the proton it lies in the deshielded regions. Okay, so that was a deshielded region. Okay, we call it paramagnetic region. And for alkynes, so in case of alkynes, due to their linear geometry, the protons are lying in the shielded regions. Okay, so diamagnetic regions. So their overall delta values, so that will decrease. So these sp2 hybridized protons, so these comes in between 8.5 to maybe 6.5. So this is the range for sp2 hybridized carbons. So this is the range due to the anisotropic effect. Similarly for acetylene proton, this one. So this range is between 2 to 2.5. Okay. So it comes in this range. So we similarly for another maybe CH3H. Okay, so these are again sp2 hybridized carbon. So these again it lies close to this range, 8.5 to 6.5. This is the range. Okay, and for carbonyls. Okay, so we discussed it the other day. So this proton is again lying in the, because electronegative atom is in the vicinity, closer. Okay, so definitely there will be deshielding. Okay. Secondly, this proton is lying in the diamagnetic region. The paramagnetic region. Okay. So paramagnetic region. So its value, it is more than 9. So it lies between 9 and 10 delta values. And I told you, if you are having a strong singlet, आपका 9 और 10 के बीच में एक singlet आ रहा है for one proton, one singlet, then that is almost a certain case of aldehyde. It means aldehyde group is present. Okay, so all these numbers. So any singlet peak in between 9 and 10. Okay, so this one is the aldehydes. Then the carboxylic acids. So or highly deshielded protons, COOH. So these protons, they further come in the deshielded region. So in between 10 to 12. 10 to 12. Okay. So we also call them acidic protons. So acidic protons, they are attached with the electronegative atoms. And at the same time they also form hydrogen bonding. Okay. So electronegative atoms are, so they will be highly deshielded. Because highly deshielded means, so again, because they are having a different type of hydrogen bonding. So hydrogen bonding we have, and hydrogen bonding is not a very stable bond. So कभी strong हो जा रही है, कभी कम हो जा रही है, depending on the energy of the solutions. Okay, so in that case, generally इसका कोई fix पोजीशन पे नहीं आता है. जो भी जितने भी आपके एसिडिक प्रोटॉन होंगे, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस प्रोटॉन, this H. This is also attached to a electronegative atom. Okay, so this proton is also a negative proton. Okay, sorry, acidic proton. So this proton, okay, it's not giving a fixed signal at a fixed value data values. Okay, क्या आपने अभी किसी पर्टिकुलर सॉल्वेंट में आपने अगर प्रोटॉन लिया, आपने NMR किया, proton NMR. So in that case, you will have fixed values for most of the protons. इस अभी की इसकी वैल्यू CH3 की वैल्यू अगर 0.4 है, तो you can do it number of times. 3 बार 4 बार करोगे 0.4 ही आएगी, ठीक है. और OCH2 अगर 3.9 है, so you will get it 3.9, ठीक है. लेकिन जो एसिडिक प्रोटॉन है, एसिडिक प्रोटॉन के लिए अगर आप एक बार किया आपने, you may get it at 9.1. दूसरी बार किया, you may get it at 10.2. Okay, so this acidic proton, they are not giving a fixed kind of signals. Okay, and the reason for this is because there is variation in the extent of hydrogen bonding. Acidic proton है, ठीक है, कितनी strongly bond किया हुआ है, कितना लेवाई है, ठीक है. So that all those factors they depends, and that's why so those kind of values they can be recorded for a moment of time. इस कुछ टाइम के लिए रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, और वो स्लाइटली वेरी करती है, ठीक है. सो दिस इज हाउ we observe different type of signals and how the chemical shift values they vary. Okay. So depending on the functionality attached. So अलग-अलग functionality की उस पर डिपेंड करते हुए कैसे वेरी करती है, so that can be calculated. Okay. Now from the proton NMR spectra, you can differentiate between intermolecular and molecular hydrogen bonding. So intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay. So these are the hydrogen bonding between the different molecules. For example, you are having C2H5O H, then O, C2 H5. Okay, so for example, this is the molecule, and this H of this molecule is having a hydrogen bond with the this one. Okay, so this is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, and intramolecular hydrogen bonding is, okay, so it will be something like this one, OH. Okay, so you are having O and H. Okay, so it's ortho hydroxybenzoic acid. Okay, so in this case, so this proton. Okay, so this is intramolecular, and this one is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, now how will you calculate? How will you find whether a particular compound is having intermolecular hydrogen bonding or intramolecular hydrogen bonding? Okay, so that can be calculated. So you have a proton NMR spectra for this molecule. Okay, आप इसके लिए proton NMR ले लो और यहाँ पे भी ले लो proton NMR spectra at a particular strength. Okay, then we need to do the second experiment, and in the second experiment, okay, both the samples they need to be diluted. उनको further dilution करेंगे उनकी, ठीक है. एक बार हमने इनका स्पेक्ट्रा ले लिया, and let us first we are having these protons. कि proton signals आएंगे H protons, okay. So we are having delta values, okay, so maybe at around 2.5. So this one is from one is for 2.5, and for 2, so let us suppose it is at 3.4 OH aromatic. So I will call it maybe 8.4. Let us call it 8.4. Okay, in this case. So when you dilute it, ठीक है, after dilution, so what will happen? इस केस में जहां पे intermolecular hydrogen bonding है after dilution, so what will happen to the extent of hydrogen bonding?
It's 12 o'clock.
Will that extent, जो extent है hydrogen bonding का, वो decrease करेगा कि increase करेगा?
डिक्रीज करेगा इंटरमोलिक्यूलर में।
क्या करेगा?
इंटरमोलिक्यूलर में डिक्रीज करेगा ऑन
Decrease करेगा,
डाइल्यूशन।
very good. ठीक है, well done. So when we dilute करेंगे तो बीच में solvent molecules आ जाएंगे, तो जो extent है hydrogen bonding का, जो extent है वो decrease करेगा। अगर decrease करता है, ठीक है, जो hydrogen bonding आपस में हो रही थी decrease करेगा, then what will happen to the proton signal? Will that be shielded or de-shielded? क्या होगा proton signal को? हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, ज्यादा हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग की वजह से क्या हो रहा था? The proton was getting the but shielding हो रहा था प्रोटॉन में या de-shielding?
सर शील्डिंग सर।
क्या हो रहा था?
शील्डिंग सर।
शील्डिंग हो रहा था।
सर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होने से डी शील्डिंग हो रहा था, डाइल्यूशन इंक्रीज करने से डी शील्डिंग होगा, शील्डिंग होगा, शील्डिंग डाइल्यूशन करने से शील्डिंग होगा।
हाँ, थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज आप लोग। सो व्हेन यू आर हैविंग द हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, ठीक है, जब हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग है तो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग की वजह से क्या दिस, ये पहले लेट अस सपोज देयर इज नो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, ये प्रोटॉन है, इसका नो इस ऑप्शन की वजह से नो डी शील्डिंग होगा इसका, ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी मूव करेगी, ठीक है, एंड व्हेन दिस हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड विल फर्दर फॉर्म ए हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड विद अनदर टू इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एटम्स, ठीक है, वो हमने देखा है कि when we are having a one electronegative atom CH3Cl, then you are having CH2Cl, two electronegative atoms, then the extent of de-shielding will decrease, will increase, and the proton that will give more delta values, that will come into resonance at higher delta values, higher frequencies, higher delta values, because so similar thing is happening here. So when the extent of hydrogen bonding is more, okay, means so this another electronegative atom is also causing de-shielding to the proton. If it is causing de-shielding means the proton will come into resonance at a higher delta values. वो higher delta values पे resonance में आएगा, ठीक है। Now when you will dilute it, so dilution will decrease the extent of hydrogen bonding. वो decrease करेगा, it means the protein will get shielded, ठीक है, तो अब इसमें वो शील्डिंग होगी, ठीक है, जो डी शील्डिंग हो रही थी या उसमें कम डी शील्डिंग हो सकती है, ठीक है, सो देयर विल बी लेस डी शील्डिंग, ठीक है, लेस डी शील्डिंग हो रही है, इट मींस द न्यूक्लियस विल बी सराउंडेड बाय द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, more electrons mean de shielded, so de shielded means that will come into resonance at lower delta values, ठीक है, so what will happen with dilution? So if with dilutions, if now the extent will change, so let us suppose, so it is coming into resonance now at 2.1 delta values, earlier it was at 2.5, okay, so this is for intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Then what about intramolecular hydrogen bonding? What will happen with the dilution?
It will not change.
Yes, so there will be no change डाइल्यूशन की, क्योंकि ये तो आपस में इसका है, ठीक है, तो इसमें कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा इस केस में। अगर कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा, so that then we can say that this molecule is having a intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So we can say that with the help of NMR we can differentiate between intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So that kind of differentiation can be made. Okay. So for example, okay, so this is okay, so now if If we are having two hydroxybenzylaldehyde, and पैराहाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड। अगर हमारे पास दो है, एक 2 हाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड और पैराहाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड है, ठीक है। और लेट अस सपोज ये दोनों लिक्विड है, कलरलेस लिक्विड है दोनों ही। सो हाउ विल यू डिफरेंशिएट इट? कैन यू डिफरेंशिएट इट? कैसे पता चलेगा? एनएमआर की हेल्प से। You got my question? ये एक नंबर है हाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड, दो नंबर है 4 हाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड, 2 हाइड्रोक्सी and 4 हाइड्रोक्सीबेंजाल्डिहाइड. So how will you differentiate between these two? Okay. So yes, Puneet. So you got it. So first is, because still we haven't discussed the proton, equivalent protons and how many signal we are getting. So definitely, if we are having a proton and NMR, then we will be able to, because the type of signals they will be different. Okay? दोनों केसेस में अलग-अलग सिग्नल्स आएंगे, तो वो तो है, वो तो हम देखेंगे बाद में, अभी करते हैं डिस्कस उसको। लेकिन अभी जो हमने कॉन्सेप्ट किया उसके बेसिस पे कि can we differentiate the type of hydrogen bonding with the help of NMR? The answer is yes. So can we do it same for IR? आपने IR पढ़ लिया कि पढ़ रहे हो अभी? इंफ्रारेड स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी हो गया कि चल रहा है? Anybody? IR पढ़ रहे हो कि नहीं पढ़ रहे हो? क्या you can unmute yourself, no problem. कभी भी बीच में कोई जवाब नहीं देता आपको, लगता है कि बात कर रहे हैं, मतलब ठीक है, अभी मास पढ़ रहे हो। So IR में भी this concept will come again. So even with the help of IR you can able to differentiate between intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bond. तो वो differentiation आ सकती है, ठीक है। So again these molecules they can be differentiated on the basis of inter and intramol. So this molecule it will show intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and this will show intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay. So the extent that we said. So then after that we move on to the chemical equivalence of the protons. So this is again a very important topic in chemical equivalence. Of proton. Okay. So we have to see the chemical environment of the proton. Okay. If the chemical environment of the protons is same, okay, so it means they are experiencing same type of external field. If they are experiencing same external field, okay, then it means their precessional frequency will be same. अगर same precessional frequency है, same precessional frequency, then they will come in resonance at that fixed frequency. तो जो same type of proton है, वो एक ही जैसी frequency पे resonance में आएंगे, ठीक है। और उसमें resonance में आ रहे हैं, उनका जो energy level difference है, ठीक है, that will be same. So the protons they will have a same delta value or chemical shift value. Okay. So the protons which are same, जो सेम तरह के प्रोटॉन है, ठीक है, अगर केमिकल एनवायरनमेंट सेम है सभी प्रोटॉन का, ठीक है, सो दोस काइंड ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स दे ऑलवेज कम इनटू रेजोनेंस एट, ठीक है, सेम टाइप ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी, ठीक है। सो फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज इथेन, सिंपलेस्ट मॉलिक्यूल. So if you see, then you can say that okay, this proton is in the vicinity of, so here this proton is close to this proton, okay, but at the same time this proton is close to this proton. So whether these two kind of protons they are same, that you have to find out, ठीक है। ये तो तीनों प्रोटॉन्स इस कार्बन के साथ सेम कार्बन के साथ अटैच्ड है, ये तीनों प्रोटॉन दूसरी कार्बन के साथ अटैच है, ठीक है। सो इसका जो अगर नेबरिंग एनवायरनमेंट देखोगे आप, तो उसमें एक ये खुद जिस कार्बन के साथ अटैच है उसी कार्बन के साथ है इसका नेबरिंग एनवायरनमेंट, लेकिन इसका दूसरा नेबर जो है वो दूसरा प्रोटॉन है जो दूसरी कार्बन के साथ अटैच है, ठीक है। सिमिलरली नाउ दिस प्रोटॉन, सो दिस प्रोटॉन, ठीक है, is having the neighboring protons, both of them they are attached to the same carbon के इसके नेबर है, और ये थर्ड वाला है इसमें भी सेम है, एक तो सेम कार्बन वाला प्रोटॉन है, दूसरा दूसरी कार्बन का प्रोटॉन है इसके एनवायरनमेंट में, ठीक है। सो अगर आप इसको ऐसे देखोगे देन it will appears little bit different, ये आपको अलग से दिखेगा, ठीक है। But if you will see its model, तो ये आपको वैसे तो अलग दिख रहा है, लेकिन अगर आप उसको मॉडल में देखोगे, ठीक है। सो फॉर एग्जांपल, सो दिस वन इज इथेन, ठीक है। नाउ व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, सो फॉर एग्जांपल दिस प्रोटॉन अगर हम इसको ऐसे देख रहे हैं, सो दिस प्रोटॉन इज हैविंग दिस प्रोटॉन एज ए नेबर, तो इसका ये नेबर है, और यहाँ से हमें ये भी इसका नेबर दिख रहा है, ये वाला, ठीक है। इस प्रोटॉन का ये नेबर है, ये नेबर, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे हमें अलग दिख रहा था, यहाँ पे हमें दिख रहा था कि इसका नेबर सिर्फ ये है और ये है, ठीक है। लेकिन जब हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं, तो इस प्रोटॉन के भी दो नेबर है, ये एक ये वाला सेम डिस्टेंस पे दोनों, ठीक है, और ये तीसरा ये। अगर हम इस वाले प्रोटॉन को देखोगे तो उसमें भी सेम कंडीशन है, दो नेबर इसके और ये इसका है। So if you see, so because carbon rotation, single bond rotation is possible, so this rotation is possible, so there is no difference between these protons. तो अगर अभी ये इसके नेबर में है ये वाला, तो जब ये रोटेशन करेगा, ठीक है, तो ये इसके नेबर में आएगा, ठीक है। और ये माइक्रो सेकंड में, नैनो सेकंड्स में they can change their conformations, ठीक है। सो ये इतना चेंज इतने फास्ट से चेंज होता है, okay. So in a way we can say that chemically we cannot differentiate any of these protons, so they are having same environment. जो मर्जी प्रोटॉन पकड़ लो आप, अगर देखोगे आप उसका जो एनवायरनमेंट दिखेगा आपको हमेशा ही सेम दिखेगा in all the cases due to the possibility of a carbon single bond rotation, yeah, single bond rotation की वजह से, okay. So then we can say that all these protons, okay, so there are total 6 protons, so 6 protons they are having 6 protons, okay, so they are having same chemical environment, so chemical environment, so they will have a same delta value, okay, तो सारे एक ही delta value पे absorb करेंगे, ठीक है। so they will give a single signal, ठीक है। so this one, then come to this one, then we can take another example. For example, this is a benzene ring. So what do you think? So we are having total 6 protons, so do they have same environment or different environment?
Same environment.
So same environment in case of this one. Cyclohexane में we are having again कल भी हम conformations कर रहे थे, ठीक है। So in this case we are having again 2 ठीक है। अब प्रॉब्लम है क्योंकि इक्वेटोरियल और अगर एक्सेल देखोगे आप, इक्वेटोरियल और एक्सेल तो दोनों अलग अलग तरह के आते हैं, इक्वेटोरियल का अलग एनवायरनमेंट बनेगा, एक्सेल का अलग बनेगा, बट वी नो दैट this ring it can flip, so there is flipping, आपके इक्वेटोरियल एक्सेल बन जाएगा और एक्सेल इक्वेटोरियल बन जाएगा, ठीक है। so in this case cyclohexane में, so all these protons, so they will give you same signal, ठीक है। and then here CH3 भी आ गया, ठीक है। so all these protons they are coming at resonance at the same frequency, and you will be getting same signal. Okay. So single signal. Then so you can have different type of signals. For example, CS3, CH2, CH3. Okay. So this is CS3. इसके environment chemical environment में एक CH2 group है. Yeah, this is again CH3. इसके environment में इसमें सिर्फ एक CH2 group है. ठीक है. So we can say so both of these CH3 groups they are in the same chemical environment. Okay. इस CH3 और इन दोनों का environment बिल्कुल same है. Okay. So these are one kind of protons. ये दोनों same kind of same delta value होगी इनकी. Same proton है. And this CH2 group. Okay, so these protons, इसके इस तरफ भी CH3 और इस तरफ भी CH3. Okay, so these are now their chemical environment is different. Okay, इनके CH3 के एक तरफ CH2 है, लेकिन क्या लगा है इस CH2 के जो है इसके नेबरिंग में CH3 है. देखो इनका इस CH2 का अलग है. So these are second type of protons. Okay, so in this case we are having two different types of protons. So it means we are having two NMR signals. So there will be two NMR signals here. Two NMR signals. Similarly, CH3O, CH3. So what do you say? How many different types of protons? इस केस में CH3O CH3. ठीक है, तो इस केस में दोनों सेम केमिकल एनवायरनमेंट है. सो देयर इज ओनली वन सिग्नल. सेकंड केस में CH3O CH2 CH3. ठीक है, सो इन दिस केस this is CH3 directly attached to the oxygen. Don't say that this is CH3 and this is CH3 and they are equivalent. No, you have to see the chemical environment. That's good. So Riya, Preeti and Puneet. So these are this CH3 directly attached to the oxygen. Okay, but this CH3 is attached to CH2 and then oxygen. So its chemical environment is different as compared to this CH3 group. Okay, so this is having, you can say one type of signal. This CH3 will give to second type of signal and then CH2. Okay, so the two protons, इनकी एक साइड में CH3 और एक तरफ ऑक्सीजन है. So this will give us third type of signal. Okay, so this we are having chemically three different types of protons. Okay. So this CH3 and then what about this one? So how many signals we are expecting in this case? Okay. So in this case now we are having this CH3 and this one is CH3. Okay, same. This is CH and CH. Okay, so these are two. So again we are having two types of signals, 1 and 2. Yeah, or that's another thing. It may be cis or trans. This is one अलग से आएंगे, trans one अलग से आएंगे. Okay, similarly. So this is another, and then. How many different types of signal are there for this one? Okay, so how many different types of protons are there now? So this one CH3, CH, double bond CH2. So Dipankar, Vaishali, Shripriya, 333. No, Puneet is 4 and Riya is 4. Okay. So yes, if there is If there is a double bond, so then you have to see, you have to write it in the expanded form, and you will see, for example, this is CH3, this is a C H double bond, C H and H. Okay, so you have to write it in the expanded form. Okay, because यहाँ से तो आपको सीधा लग रहा है, अच्छा एक CH3 CH है और ये CH2 है. Okay, so what you have to see whether these two CH2 protons, whether they are having same environment, same chemical environment. Okay, because now in this case, the rotation around carbon-carbon double bond is restricted, so it cannot rotate. So these two protons they cannot exchange, so they are different. So for example, if we can say HA, HB, and C and CH3. Okay, so now HA and HB they cannot interchange because they are having six, so they are geometrical isomers. So they are having their this geometry is fixed. This rotation is not possible. अगर single bond होता तब तो ठीक है, दोनों बराबर आ जाते हैं. But इस केस में now it's not. So HA, if you see, इसका vicinal जो neighbor है, ठीक है, sorry, geminal neighbor है. So geminal is HB. ठीक है, इस तरफ HB है और इसके cis with respect to cis is CH3. तो इसका CH3 आ रहा है. जो HB है, HB का एक प्रोटॉन इसका H ये है और दूसरा HC जो विसिबल नेबर है. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों का एनवायरनमेंट सेम नहीं है. HA और HB का एनवायरनमेंट अलग आ रहा है. ये बिकॉज़ इसके एक तरफ CH3 ग्रुप और एक तरफ HC ग्रुप है. ठीक है, एंड दिस थर्ड HC is trans to it. सिमिलरली इस HB के एक HA और एक HC है और ये CH3 है, सो CH3 को और ट्रांसमिट एंड सिमिलरली दिस वन HC. इसके भी एक तरफ CH3 है और एक तरफ HB है. ठीक है, HA की भी एक तरफ CH3 और एक तरफ. तो क्या HA और HC सेम है? Again no, because so I told you, so in even very small, very slight change, very small change in the chemical environment, so that will influence the external magnetic field of the external magnetic field. जो आपने स्ट्रेंथ अप्लाई किया है उसको इन्फ्लुएंस करेगा. So in this case, CH3 is its neighbor, but it is in the geminal position. वो इसकी geminal की रिस्पेक्ट geminal position पे है. इसका जो neighbor था CH3, it was with respect to this one was it was in the vicinal position. Okay, so in this case now, so this one, so these two protons they are not same. These two protons are not same. So that's why we are having one type of proton, two type of proton, this is third type of proton, and this one is fourth type of proton. So in total we are expecting 4 different types of signals. Okay, so 4 different type of signal will be there. So how many different types of signal you are expecting? So this is trans steel beam. So trans steel beam, how many different types of signal are there? Protons. So 5. 1 meter 5. I need 4. Yeah, so let us see. So if you see the chemical environment of this proton, so these two protons, So do they share same chemical environment? देखोगे
Yes.
आप हाँ इसकी बिस्मिल पोजीशन में फिनाइल ग्रुप अटैच है और इसके ट्रांस दिस प्रोटॉन है। अगर इस प्रोटॉन को देखोगे इसके ट्रांस में प्रोटॉन है और इसकी बिस्मिल पोजीशन पे जेमिनल पोजीशन पे फिनाइल ग्रुप अटैच है। So both of them they are same type of protons. Okay. And then comes to this proton. So these two protons. Okay. Now this is a carbon-carbon single bond. So this carbon-carbon single bond rotation is possible now. So both of these protons, ortho position पे H ortho, they are same. Okay. Then H meta. Okay. So because again this single carbon rotation is possible. So these two protons they are again same beta. And these, so these are same. So these are maybe we call them one type of proton. So ortho protons we call them second type of proton. Then meta protons, so we call them third type of protons. Okay, and this para. Okay, so para will be different. So in this case, so it will be fourth type of proton. Then come to this one, H ortho. So what is the difference between these two? So these two and these two, the दूसरी ring पे है. Do they have same environment? Because you see here, so this one is H beta and H beta. Okay. So these ortho protons, one side they are having this steel wind, जो trans steel wind का proton एक है, दूसरी side दो meta protons है. So these two protons they are having same environment, जो दोनों rings पे. So it means they resemble with the second type of protons, which are ortho protons है. Second type of protons, and then third one they resemble with the third type of protons, and H para it resemble with the fourth type of proton. दोनों same. Okay. So in this structure, so we are having four different types of protons. Okay. So four different types of protons are there. So then we can expect four different signals. Okay. So now we are clear that the proton present in the different chemical environment, they will give different types of signals. Okay. And the data values they will be very much influenced by the electronegativity. ये जो electronegativity आ रही है, ठीक है, या उसका जो chemical environment, surrounding environment है, वो उससे influence हो रहे हैं सारे के सारे, ठीक है. Then, so now this is clear. So we are getting different types of signal. Okay. Now what kind of signal we are getting? So that is important, and we will discuss that one. This is spin splitting. Okay. So again, if let us suppose if all the protons they are giving same kind of peaks, like whatever peaks. So because the nuclei when it flips between the two energy state, so E2 and E1. Okay. So when this nuclei it goes to higher energy states and then come back to lower energy states and release the amount of energy. Okay. So that energy, if that energy appears only in the form of this signal, अगर इस तरह के single signal मिल रहे हैं, इस तरह के signal आ जाते हैं, अलग-अलग data values में आती है. But if we get only these kind of signals, okay, then this wouldn't have been of any interest to us, and it would have been very difficult for us to confirm the structures or to formulate the structure, to propose the structure of the compound. Okay, same way. क्योंकि आपको सिर्फ ये पता चल रहा है कि you are having different types of proton. Okay, लेकिन वो proton कैसा है, उसका environment कैसा है. Okay, so that information is very crucial. जब तक आपके पास environment की information नहीं आएगी, उसके environment की, ठीक है, until you will not be able to predict the structure of geometry. So that a beautiful piece of information that we will get only through spin splitting, because there is interactions of different spin states of the nuclei. The neighboring nuclei है, their spins interacts, उनकी spin भी आपस में interact कर रही है, ठीक है, interact करके they are also influencing the external magnetic field. So when their spin interacts, okay, so they generate either diamagnetic field or paramagnetic field, okay, and that field again that will disturb the external magnetic field. अगर external magnetic field को disturb किया, it means there will be change in the precessional frequency of the nuclei. और अगर precessional frequency पे change आ गया, अगर precessional frequency change हुई, it means the delta value will also change. जो जिस प्रोटॉन्स पे प्रोटॉन और रेजोनेंस में आ रहे हैं, तो वो फ्रीक्वेंसी फिर से चेंज होगी, ठीक है. बट this spin splitting that will give us a very beautiful information and very important and beautiful information, and based on that information we will be able to predict the geometry or the structure of the compound. Okay, so we will continue with this one, and that we will predict the geometry and how the different spin states we can obtain. Okay. No, it doesn't matter, Puneet, whether it is a common wave NMR or it is a frequency sweep or FT NMR.